Okay. So till now what we have done is we have completed with AZ 900 module. So if any one of you have missed the sessions or unable to attend that, you can we have the recordings already, and I have already updated in the WhatsApp group description also. So if you go through that description, you will be having the links of each and every class. So you can go through them one by one. So we have completed the AZ 900 module as of now. This is completed. So today, from today, we will be starting with AZ 104. So what exactly AZ 104 is? It will deals with the Azure administration part. So what is Azure? What is meant by admin is, so something, admin is a person who will be setting the required infrastructure for the project. So let's say you are working in any project that is using the using or adopting the Azure way of working. So what happens is, you, for the project, definitely there will be requiring the resources. So what will be the resources is, let's say web apps we will be having. So few function apps we will be having. So and then we will be having the storage accounts. So these are all the things. Let's say there are n number of infrastructure that will be necessary for the project. So admin is the person. Admin responsibility is he will should be setting all the infrastructure. So in the market also we have the separate admin jobs only. So the party their respective job is to have only set up this infrastructure and maintain them. So maintain them in the sense the security standards, what is the authentication standards they should be following. So if there are any firewall breaches happening, those are all the things should be taken care of by the admin team. So if you are not interested in any DevOps or development, you can thoroughly listen these classes of 104, and you can practice them thoroughly, and then you can directly apply for the Azure admin jobs also. So but what you feel is, in the upcoming, when you go after 2 or 3 years, only administration will not help you. You should have some coding language also and the DevOps thing also. So as I suggest, you can parallelly learn some coding language like .NET or Python, and then you can learn the DevOps, which we'll be taking in the upcoming classes. Anyhow, PowerShell also we will be covering. So these are all the things. If you have a set of the things, you can easily crack any interview. Okay, let's go to the main topic. So today we will be going with the AZ104. Mainly, all these classes will be on hands-on only. So we will be trying to do all the hands-on activity here. So yeah, I will be. I mean, we have prepared our tech this team has prepared a proper documentation of everything. So how to create in each and everything step by step. You can see here the documentation. So once our session is completed, we will be sharing this document in the drive folder. You can access this document from the drive folder and you can create. So it is like in each and every step we have explained very clearly. So first now I will be explaining without the document. So we have assignments also ready for the today's session once it is completed. So we will post this assignment also, what are the assignments that you need to people do, and if you are facing any queries also, you can ask us. So my assumption is, like, you should be creating an your Azure free account by end of the today, and you should start working on that. So if you have any queries also, you can reach us, and you can go through the video of creating the account, and we will be sharing the document also for creating the account. Okay, let's start with the topic. If you are having any questions, you can stop me at any time and you can ask me the questions, whatever you are having. So today we will be dealing with the storage account part. So as already we have discussed in the AZ900 module, what will be the storage account we have discussed, like, okay, let me, might be few people might be receiving visit the class. So I will be explaining on a brief of what is the storage account. So storage account is used to store the data, a few types of data. So in any other environment or any company or anywhere, so how the data will be stored mainly is through the databases, mainly databases. So databases might be something like SQL database, Mongo, Mongo database, Cassandra, Gemlin, Cosmos. So there will be many type of databases. So ideally in practical scenarios, mainly you will be dealing with the SQL databases and the Cosmos databases, and based on the scenario you can be going with the Mongo database. So that is the based on the project and what is the requirement exactly you are dealing with the databases. So apart from this, Azure has come up with the thing like, so if why can't we club 2 or 3 types of data into a similar group and have that like have it a single place. So they have come up with an idea of storage account. So storage account is a place where you can access multiple types of data. So multiple types of data in the sense here, I can access my blobs. So all are data types only. So here I can access the blobs. Blobs are nothing but the files and your XML data, your JSON data. So all these data will come here under the blobs. So, and coming to the here, we will be storing all the blobs in the containers. So I will we will come through all the things one by one. So no need to worry if you are not aware of the terminology also. So this is one type of storage that is having containers. The second thing is files. So nothing but file shares like D drive, C drive, how we are configuring those file shares. Third one is tables. So tables in that sense, here we will be storing NoSQL type of data. So it is not like it's need to be in a structured manner or like that. And the fourth one is here queues is mainly used. Okay, queues is mainly used for the messaging purpose. So for the messaging things you can use the queues. For NoSQL data you can use the tables, files and containers. So the Azure people main idea is to have this all the things at a single place and orchestrate the data, and you can see all the data at a single place. So today in this class we'll be dealing with how to, okay, I will write the agenda of this today meeting. What we'll be doing, the first thing is we will create one resource group. First, how to create a resource group also I will be showing, because resource group is the main place we will be placing all our resources. So in this resource group creation also we will go through the how we can create through portal directly, how we can go through the PowerShell, and how we can go through the Azure CLI. So these three ways we can check, and then we will create a storage account, and we will try to upload one blob there. The third thing is we'll try to upload a blob, and we will share our blobs to one of our friends, and we can try to access them. So first thing is we will try to give without access, we will try one way, and with access we will try with another way. So these are the few tasks we'll be trying, and you should do all these things with your hands on. So from your end you should do all the things, and definitely you will get the doubts and you will come back to us. So these are the simple tasks we will be dealing with. So let's start the session. I mean, how the hands on. Okay, so as we discussed the first thing, okay, while teaching I'll write all the steps one by one, so that it can be familiar for you while reading back again. Okay, first thing is we'll create a resource group. So while creating the resource group, okay, let me delete all the things. Okay, so initially what we have discussed is here. Okay, I will before going inside I will explain you these things first. I will reiterate the things so that it will be very clear for you. Okay, here first on the outer box is a subscription, the inner box is a resource group. Okay, I'll mark with other color here, and inside box is, this is someone is trying to.
Your screen is, yeah, now it is visible.
Okay, fine. Other guys are able to see the screen, right? Yeah, can someone confirm?
Yes, but the screen is not clear. I mean,
Okay,
the picture is some.
now is it fine now?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine now.
Okay, see here I have drawn three boxes because I need to remember you what is the hierarchy what that you have discussed. The outer box is a subscription here. The green color box here is resource group, and the inside blue color box is a storage account. So the main picture what I'm trying to bring here is, sorry, okay. So whenever you want to create any storage account, it should be residing inside a resource group, and when you trying to create any resource group, it should be residing under any subscription. So this is the main thing you should understand. So now I want to create my storage account. So before creating my storage account, I should have a resource group created. So before creating resource group, I should have an active subscription. Anyhow, while you are creating your free account, you will be getting a subscription, and the subscription will be around for 30 days. So it is by default be created. Now your main task is you should create a resource group first initially and place your storage account inside the resource group. So now what I am doing is, first task I will be creating my resource group. So the first task I will be writing here, create RG. RG is nothing but resource group. So I will navigate to my Azure portal. So as you know already, the portal URL is portal.azure.com. Yeah, I am inside the portal now. So if you wanted to create any resource in the Azure, whether it is a resource group or storage account, so first class I will be going with very slow manner, because this is the first time you are navigating to the portal. So from the upcoming classes, this creation will be, it will be like bit fast will go. So here I am creating resource. You need to click on here plus create a resource. So once you create a resource, we will be redirected to a marketplace. So marketplace is a place where it will show all the resources that are available inside the Azure. So now my first target is I should create my resource group. So I will search here for resource group. So I got here resource group. I am navigating here. So I am clicking on create. So you will be having only one subscription ideally, because you are under the free trial. So in your live project scenarios, you might be having the multiple subscriptions, and you should give a valid proper name for this resource group. I will show as tech with this RG. Tech RG is nothing but resource group. So I can select any of my location. Ideally, I will go with East US. So, and coming to the tags which you have already discussed. So tags is to identify the resource. I mean, if in development, what are the resources tagged under development? So you can directly write, you can write it as, I'll take it as environment as a value, and I'll tag it as development environment. Or if you wanted to tag it to development production, you can tag it to production. It is like an identification purpose only. It is not a mandatory parameter. So once it is done, I'll click on review and create. So once I click on review and create, as I have initially said to you, so once you click on review and create, what happens is validations happens in the sense it will invoke the REST APIs from the Azure side. Okay, I will explain if someone have missed this. I'll go to the point. Yeah, so once you click on review and create, what happens is, from Azure side it will invoke REST APIs. So as already discussed, REST API is an API that is provided by any service provider. I have already said in the last class, like what is the difference between API and REST API. So it will invoke like REST API. Inside the REST API, there will be conditions like whether the name is having the exact requirements, like 3 to 24 characters it should be limiting characters. So and then the region we have selected the East US. Okay, it is fine. So and it is also checks like whether this resource can be created inside the East US region or not. If it is not allowed, then it will throw like it is not allowed. And third thing is, if there are any tags, so if there are any tags, it will choose the respected template for that, for all the things. So that type of validations happens by invoking the REST API from the other side. It will be very quick actually. So once the validation is passed, if you got a green tick on top, you can directly hit on create button. So what happens is, here my resource group will be created. So here it's already created. Here on the top you can see go to the resource group. So here my resource group created, and you can see what are all the parameters that you have given. So I wanted to spin up my resource group under the HTS. So I got my resource group under HTS, and the tags I have here environment development. So apart from this, these are all the normal template structure. You will be getting all the things whenever you create any resource in here. So now I have shown with you from the portal side. So I will try to show the same thing how I can create from the PowerShell and Azure CLI. Those are the two ways which we have discussed in the agenda itself. So I will be showing the three ways how we should create. First thing is to the portal that we have already completed now. Portal is done. So now I will try to create with the PowerShell. And the third thing is CLI. So I am trying to do the second task now. So to the PowerShell, here on the top corner on the search bar, beside the search bar, you have the Cloud Shell button. So if you click on this Cloud Shell button, you will be navigating to, I mean, below you will be opening one more window. It is nothing but an Cloud Shell window. So if you wanted to open another tab, you can have your maximize button here. You can click on that. It will open in the separate portal. I mean separate window you can open also. So when you are launching it for the very first time, it will show like you should create a storage account. So you can directly create a storage account and it will automatically create behalf of you. Why we have creating the storage account also I have said in the last classes. So while you are doing for the first time, it will ask to create a storage. So just you can click on storage, Azure will automatically do a creation for you, and it will, when you are launching it for the first time, it will ask for two options. You can choose whether PowerShell or Bash here. So based on the type what is you should choose, you can choose. Let's go with the PowerShell now. So I okay here, if you want to switch here, it will show like this. If you want to switch to Bash or window or not. So I will remain inside my PowerShell window. So here now you are fresh to PowerShell. You don't know anything about PowerShell. What is your requirement is you should create a new resource group. Okay, just go to the Google here and type it as create resource group using Azure PowerShell. So you can directly hit this, and in the learn.microsoft.com you will be getting the direct command. You can go to the browse site. In the documentation we have given these commands also, what to use and everything. So you can copy the first command here. New hyphen agent resource group name. Name is nothing but the resource group name you wanted to have, and location is in which location you wanted to host this. So I will copy this. I will go to, I will edit my resource group name. I'll give us as tech with us RG1. I will give here, and location I will try to host this under East US. The same location I will use. I will copy this command entirely. I will go to my PowerShell. Just Control V will be not working here. You can right click here and paste this same command. New hyphen agent resource group is nothing but you are creating a new resource group. The name is tech with us RG1 and the location where you want to host your resource group. So if you click enter, it will automatically create a resource group for you. So it might take one. Okay, it's got created. Simple. See, from portal it took like you should enter the resource group name and everything, but in the PowerShell it will take less than a second. So PowerShell is very powerful tool where you can use all the things. So I will duplicate one more tab. Now I'll try to show how to use the Azure CLI commands. So Azure CLI is also nothing but an interface tool where you can interact with your any target provider like Azure, AWS, anything. So it is like a set of commands we need to execute. So here also I'll show like create Azure resource group using Azure CLI. You can directly browse here. You can go to learn.microsoft.com. These are the very basic commands I'm using. But in the real-time scenarios, you will be having a very big scripts. So when you are habituated, you can easily learn all the things. It's not an issue. So here I'll go to the I'll copy this command agent group create. Now the same way how we have launched the PowerShell, you can launch the CLI portal also. Just you need to click on the Cloud Shell here. CLI commands should be run under the bash thing. Now it's initially connected to the PowerShell. Now I'll switch to bash here. I'll click on bash here and click on confirm. So it will automatically switch to bash here. So I will take the command that I have already copied here.
Banu, one second.
Yes, Vinay.
So we have earlier, through PowerShell, we have created a resource group,
Correct.
like by clicking the CLI, right?
Yes.
Beside to the search bar in the portal.
This one, yeah, this icon, Cloud Shell
So
icon.
for the bash also, for the CLI also, we need to click the bash, right? For CLI, we need to use a CLI
Yeah, same
tool.
here only you will be clicking here, and I'll switch to initially it will launch the PowerShell because you are in PowerShell. You should switch to bash here.
Okay. When we are going to use a CLI, we need to choose bash, right?
Correct, exactly.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, now I have already copied my PowerShell command from the top. Okay, this is the query I have copied directly from the Microsoft site. Just you can use the command az group create and location where you want to host this. So I will host this under East US, and the name of the thing I'm using here is tech with us.
Is it stuck, Banu? Your screen got stuck, right?
Is it
I think
is it
it's
for all
everyone.
people or I'm writing in the paint window.
Yeah, now it is visible. Yeah.
Okay. For others also it is the same,
So, take this.
or is it clear for others?
Same issue.
Oh, I think internet issue from my end. Test. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I think you can continue. Not an issue. Okay, if it is lagging, please let me know. I will reconnect once. Okay, as of now, I'm continuing. If it is lagging, please let me know. Okay, I'm copying my Azure CLI command and I'm going to my bash window. So just I'll right click and paste here the command. So here the command is az group create. Group is nothing but the resource group, and location is I'm specifying the East US location, and the name is tech with this RG2. So once I hit enter, it will try to create. Yeah, it's already created. So it created like what is the ID of it, and what is the location it we are hosting, and what is the name of the resource group, and the provisioning state is succeeded or not. And why it is showing the provisioning state is there might be some long running scripts, so you can check the status of each the status whether the script is completed or not by checking the provisioning state command, I mean provisioning state parameter. And if you are specifying any tags, the tags will be coming here, and the type is Microsoft resource dot slash resource groups. So this is nothing but arm command that is coming from the backend. So in this way we can create the three ways we can create in uh, Azure resources. So I mean if any interview questions is coming like how many types of ways you can create Azure resources is three ways: from the portal directly, the PowerShell, and through the CLI. So these are the three ways we can create. The other automation things we can have is Terraform and through Bicep, and all the things will come into picture that we will dealing with later also. As of now, you can stick with the basics. So going forward, yeah, now we are done with the how to create a resource group. So sorry, someone is trying to speak something.
Yeah, from PowerShell, how will you connect to Azure account?
Yeah, that
Not here.
yeah, through PowerShell we can connect. Okay, as you brought up, I will show you. So we have command like connect AZ account. Okay, let me show you. So that class we have planned for at the last PowerShell sessions, Dilip, so that it will be easy for you.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you as you asked. So simply we can directly go here in the you can write like connect.
Again, it is lagged, Banu, your screen.
Okay, I mean PowerShell window, the same you are seeing, or
It's still with bash.
oh, is it? Give me a second. I'll try to connect to the mobile data.
Yeah, now it is visible. Kind of,
Okay, let me switch my network. Give me a second. Okay, how about no? Fine.
yeah, good.
Okay.
We are, I don't know about others. So, like directly connecting to PowerShell, right? You're saying
Yeah, yeah. How to connect
from
to Azure
command.
from directly from PowerShell? That is the thing we are discussing. Daily was. So simply we can do this command delete connect hyphen AZ account. If you click this command, it will open a pop-up of browser. Okay. So we need to enter the credentials of what is the account that we are trying to access. That is running right now. Yeah, I have given connect hyphen AZ account, and I have run the script. Now what it is happening? It is asking for authentication. It is
Okay.
running.
So, is it through PowerShell?
Yeah, it is through PowerShell only. Through PowerShell, I am connecting to my Azure portal.
Azure.
It is taking some time. Simply, we need to give here credentials slip, and it will automatically connect here. And you can run your commands directly from here only. Okay.
Okay.
I think some opening issues here. It is the concept, that the concept is same. Okay.
Okay, Bobby.
I will close this actually. Okay, I will show you later also this one, because we have this plan we have already when to show that. Okay, now ideally where we are here is in the PPT. Sorry, the point I'll go here. Yeah. Now we have created the resource group, the green box we are ready. Now what we should do is, now we should go to the storage account. Now I will be proceeding with the storage account creation. So I will navigate here. So if you are not aware, you can click directly create from here, or else if you are not sure, just click the Microsoft Azure. You can go to the home and click on create resource, the same way we have done for Azure resource group. So I have clicked on create a resource. Now I will be going to my marketplace. In the marketplace I will search for storage account. So here I have the storage account. I click on the storage account. Now is it is fine when I mean the screen, if there is any lag still?
Yeah. It's fine now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Now in the storage account I am clicking on create here, storage account. So I am creating my storage account. So here I need to select my subscription here. The subscription is automatically by default free trial. No resource group. So already we have created the resource group. Now I will choose my tech with RG resource group here. So I have chosen my tech with RG resource group. Now storage account. The main important thing you should remember is, while giving the storage account name, it should be unique globally, not only to your account level or not only to your project level. So it should be unique alone with the globally. So if you see here, I have given tech with us. So but here it is saying, it will show like tech with is already taken by storage account of another people. So you should choose another name. So I will give some random like tech with this to STG 12345, something random name I'll give, and I will try to choose my region as East US. And the performance tier, as we have already discussed it, what is the difference between performance of standard and premium is. Okay, I think we didn't discuss this. Okay, let me discuss this one. So performance. Coming to the performance tier, we have two types of things. One is standard. The other thing is premium. I think, yeah, premium. So premium. Okay, standard is nothing but here it will be used for, I mean, generally, I mean, B2, okay, it is like HDD drives. You can simply, while if you are trying to buy a new laptop, just you will think of the configurations, like whether it is a SSD, hard HDD, or I mean the hard disk types under it. So based on the hard disk only, the performance will be there. So if we are going with SSD, so what happens is the laptop performance will be very good, and the refresh rate will be very high. So if you are going with HDD, the refreshes will be very low, and the time to take to switch on the laptop or switch off the laptop will be very less. The same way, the performance of the storage account also will be impacted. If you are going with standard, it will be like a normal thing, and if you are going with the premium, it is like a SSD drives. So generally we will be dealing with the standard only, because that I mean production related resource will be going with the premium tier, and whereas for development resources will be going with the standard tier. So in a project also, anywhere in the live scenarios also, generally we will be going with the standard for under the performance while coming to the storage account things. So ideally we have chosen standard. And coming to the redundancy, so we have already discussed this, what is this LRS, GRS, ZRS and GZRS. If any people have missed this, you can go to the video of it, is like clear video we have given. So as of now I am going with the LRS. LRS is nothing but, in the same data center it will store 3 copies. So I am going with local redundant storage, and the cost is very less for only for LRS. Remaining the cost will be high, because the replication will be very large. Very large in the sense based on the uh, type of redundancy we have chosen. So currently I am going with LRS. So in the basics page, what I have chosen is, I have chosen my resource group, what I have initially created in the first part. And coming to the storage account name, I have chosen my some random storage account name, and I have chosen the restoration region. Performance I have went with standard thing, and redundancy I have given LRS. Coming to the advanced options, so these advanced options you can keep as it is. So it is coming to the security related things, and if you are wanted to link any data like storage, you can link to this. And coming to the blob storages, so whether you need to go with the hot tier or cold tier. So we have already discussed on the tier things. Hot tier is nothing but we can access the data frequently. Maybe cool tier is infrequently access data will be here, but the cost will be very less like that. And coming to the networking, so you can limit your whom people can access your storage. As of now I will give like public access, but in the real time scenarios it will be like only private access. So only few people who are under the my project who will be there, they only can access this. So like that we will be limiting here. And coming to the data protection, so what is the data protection concept is here. So even though if you delete your blobs, how many days you need to retain the blobs? Let's say I have deleted my blob as per the requirement, but after few days client comes and say no, I want to have that blob in my project. Then what you should have, you should have some backup type of thing planned. So Azure has automatically given those things to you. So you have an option like soft delete. Soft delete is nothing but the how many days you can here. If you specify 10 days, what happens is your blob will be retained for 10 days from the Azure side. You can directly go and retain that blob directly from the portal. So it is the retention policy that you have. You can set the retention policy retain policy for blobs level, containers level, and file shares level. So what are the these levels you need to worry, you will understand when I create an Azure storage account for you. And enable versioning. So you can version your blobs like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 based on your project needs. So and access control, you can enable multi-version immutable support. So this is nothing but he can access, I mean he can directly control your access from the Azure Active Directory. So this is some separate concept. I will tell you these things later. So as of now I'm going with the normal things. So if you have any encryption type, whether it is like a Microsoft manager keys or customer manager keys, so based on the encryption type that you chosen, we can choose customer manager. In the sense, suppose there might be some banking projects. So in the banking projects, what the main important criteria is security. So they should not allow their any of the blobs or data should not be visible to any of the third party members. So then they will be going with the customer manager key, and in under the customer manager key they will be specifying which key vault and which URI, what are the secrets, those are all the things they will be specifying. As of now I will go with Microsoft manager keys only. And then I will go to the tag section. Tags we have already know. I can choose my tag as here environment, and under it I will be choosing my development. See, it is like identification purpose. So once everything is set, I will click on review. Under review, what happens is, as we have already discussed, it will invoke a REST API. So in the REST API it will check whether validation is happening correctly or not. And if it is validation is happening, then we can directly click on create. So before clicking my hit create button, you can see like download a template for automation. So what happens is, whatever the things that you have selected from basics, advanced, network, data protection, encryption, tags, all these parameters will be having in a template structure. So you can download this template and use this template. Suppose let's say you wanted to create 10 storage accounts. So you cannot come to portal like every time after creating one storage account you need to do multiple storage accounts. Like that you cannot create one by one. So at that time you will be using this template and you will do one automation, like with using PowerShell you will do one quick automation and you can spin up. So that we will have in our plan also how to do. Sorry.
This is actually an interview question, Rano.
Okay. So how to?
Yeah, how to use like multiple storage accounts. In previous interview, I got this question.
Yeah. You can go with this answer. Like you can download the template, and using the template we can create multiple storage account using some PowerShell script, simple PowerShell script or Azure CLI, anything you can.
Yeah, like they asked me like write the PowerShell script for creating multiple storage accounts.
Okay. Yeah, it will be better actually. Yeah. Thanks for bringing it, Penny. Okay, now once my validation is passed, I'll click on my create button here. So what happens is it will create my storage account. So I think it will take less time only. Yeah, here deployment is in progress. Deployment is nothing but it is calling the REST API, REST API template, and it is passing all the selected things as a parameters to it. So already there will be a REST API template from the Azure side. So what are the things that we have selected? So name, location, and what is the tier we are selecting. Those are all the things it will pass as a parameters to the template. So what happens is it will complete the deployment using those all the parameters that we have passed. It is like a simple, everything will be deployment only here. But what is the happening behind it, you should understand the scope. If you are clarity on that, then you will be very good while handling these Azure resources. So my storage account is created. So you can see my storage account here. The name is tech with STG is nothing but storage. I have given some random like 1 2 3 4 5. So you can it is still loading and the landing page. Let it load. Yeah, you can see, I mean, which location it is pinned up, and what is the account type you have used, whether it is a LRS replication or GRS or GZRS, and based on things in the overview, you can see all the things like whether it is a blob public access enabled, either whether it is what is the security that we are having, what is the network protocols we are taking. These are all the things we will be having the overview page. And coming to the activity log, okay, I will explain for one storage account. I'll explain all the things so that for any resource you can correlate all the things. Okay, in the activity log, what happens is what are all the actions that you have done on the storage account, like any blob you have uploaded or any the action you have taken, all the activity will be logged under activity log. Let's say when you have joined any project and you are new to the project, and if your manager or team lead asks you what happens on the storage account, you make quick overview. Then you can come to the activity log and you can search like what is happened exactly, and if there are any debugging issue that you should do, or if any troubleshoot should happen, and if any resource that has created or any deployment happened on this, you can trace all the activity log under it. And coming to the tags is a normal thing which you have already discussed. To happen to trace the things like environment development, you can add a multiple tags here also. And coming to the diagnose and solve problems, so these are all the common things, okay, we can discuss later also. I'll go to the main important topics. Coming to the data storage, here data storage, we have four things which I already discussed: containers, file shares, queues, and tables. So we will deal one by one. Now initially I will start with containers. So container is a place where you can store all your blobs like files or all the related data you can store in the containers. So what I'll do is, when you create a storage account, by default logs container will be there, so it will use it for the logging purpose. It is some different scenario. Now I will create one container here. So container is nothing. Okay, I'll show you as already we have a diagram. Okay, I'll go to the paint here. Okay, so in containers I have here, okay, in storage account I have containers, files, tables, queues. So I can store four types of data in my storage account. So in containers, what I can store is here. I can store blobs are nothing but files. Any data that you are storing under, okay, I'll do the naming convention here. The first one is container. In container I will store my blobs data. Okay. So whatever the things that I am creating inside my container will be called as a blob only. So if you upload any Excel file, if you upload any XML data, or if you upload any JSON data, all the data types comes under a blob. So if any person is asking what is a blob, any data type that is stored under the container will comes as a blob. So it might be any XML data also. It might consist of any JSON, XML, JSON, any images that you upload, PNG, any PDF that you upload, all the comes under like a blobs only. So my XML is a blob, my JSON is a blob, my PNG is a blob, my PDF is also a blob. So I will create one container here. Let's say I'll create, let's take with this container. So, yeah, take with this container. Okay, now the important concept is here, public access level. So what is the public access level? So while creating the container itself, you can choose, we can have three types of access levels here: private, blob, container. So private is no one will be having the access, and blob is anonymous read access for blobs only. Container is anonymous read access for containers and blobs. So here, okay, I'll show you here in the diagram.
What will we do exactly in containers?
Okay, containers is nothing. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so in container you will be storing the blobs. Blobs are nothing but the data like images, files, PDFs, and everything. So repository of all the files that are stored is called as a container here. You got, Dilip?
No, normally means directly you will give the
container related path, or how will
Yeah, I mean while creating or while accessing?
both?
Yeah, while
Both.
see while creating, see generally in live project how it will be is container will be only one. Under it, while you are see if you are developing any project like .NET project and anything, in .NET project what you will do, container, and your container will be a one of the variable to you. So you will store this hard code this variable, or you can call directly while accessing your application. So container will be created by an admin person and it will given to you for the development. So you will use that container as a for as a admin that he has created the container and he will give it to you. You will use that container and you will store all your data inside that container. Okay, you will not create container for each and every transaction. Okay, container will be unique.
Okay.
Okay, it will be based on the project. Suppose if your application is dealing with multiple scenarios, so you can create multiple containers, but the data will be in the terms of blobs only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thanks Dilip. Okay, now I'll create content. Okay, now we have three types of access levels here. First one is private, no one can access. Blob is only blobs data will be accessible. Containers is containers and blobs. Okay, I'll go to my paint. Okay, first one is anonymous. So unless you go and give access, no one can access it. The second type is only you can access the blob here directly. Either you can access this particular blob or you can access this particular blob only. Whereas the third type is you can give access at container level. You can access directly a container and you can access data inside the blobs also. So why you are giving access to the container level is to list all the blobs. You can see the list permission only. So when you go into the live project scenario, you can understand this one. So first what I'll do is I will create two ways. One is I will create private level and I'll create a blob level. I'll show you what is the difference. So I will create it private level. So no anonymous access is given. So I will click on create here. I have created my tech with this container here. So I will go inside my container. Inside my container, I will try to upload any file. So let's say I click on my upload button here. When I click on my upload button, one window, one pop-up will be coming here. So I need to select my file, what I am trying to access. So I will select my file here. Yeah, let's say in the desktop what I have, I will try to see. Okay, let's say AZ400, some certification I have that I'll open here. So what I'm doing is I'm selected this file and clicking on here upload. So what happens is once I click on my upload button, here what happens is my blob got uploaded into the storage. Now my means by the locally what I'm having I have placed my data into the Azure in a container, in a storage account inside a container as a blob. That is a thing I have done now. So now I need to give to some other suppose let's say you are my clients, now people who are listening the class, so I should give the URL to them to access it. Well, let's say I will give this URL. Please check and let me know whether you are able to access it or not. So I am giving this URL in the chat. Yeah, just check once whether you are able to access this. Yeah, can someone check and confirm? I mean, what is the thing you are getting? Well, let me.
Resource does not exist.
Yeah, I'll try to see the same here. Yeah, the same thing I also got. So means what happens is I have placed my container under an anonymous mode. So no one should access this. So but I should give the permission to my clients because you are my client. So I should give my permission to access this. Now what we have concept is here SAS. SAS is nothing but shared access signature. There is a concept of SAS, which is a very important topic for interviews also. It will be very useful. Okay, I'll write here SAS. SAS is nothing but shared access signature. So means you are sharing the access as a in the form of a signature to other persons, to any clients or someone. So how to share that and everything is when if you wanted to share this blob to your clients, then what you will do, you come to here generate SAS. If you click on this button generate SAS, and if you come down here, you will be having two keys ideally. You can choose any of the keys. Ideally we can go with first key. Then you want it, you can choose what is the permission you can give to them, whether it is a read permission, add, create, write and everything. Let's say I will stick to read. and you can tell them also, like when you wanted to give exactly permission and when you want to expire. Let's say I wanted to start now and give it for only 24 hours. So I will start like this, and then I will create like whether it is HTTP URL, and any you can specify what are the IP address they can access and everything. After specifying all the parameters, you can click on generate SAS token and URL. Once you click on this generate SAS token URL, one SAS token will be generated. It is nothing but shared access signature token. With the help of this token, you can access. Let's say now I will paste my updated URL. So you are my client. I have done some my modifications as per your requirement, and I am pasting my thing in the window. Let's check now this one whether it is accessible to you or not. So can someone browse and confirm this?
Yeah, yeah, accessible.
See, now it is accessible. So what happens is here, this is the most secured way you can send the data to your clients. So with the help of the SAS, you can tell this. Now one more thing is you should understand, in the interviews also they will ask these questions. Explain me the SAS URL. So what is the SAS URL is? I will explain to you this one. Okay, my notepad is open. Give me a second. Yeah. So I have, this is my SAS URL I have copied. Now what I will do is I will break down the SAS URL into few things. Let's just watch this. So I am breaking first here HTTPS because that is the protocol that I am following. Next I am breaking here, like here I am breaking. Here what I am breaking my URL is techwithus stg12345. This is nothing but my container name. And then what is the type of data you are storing? I am storing my blob data. Let's say it is like q, it will come like q.core.windows.net. So with the URL they have given itself, you can tell what is the type of data they are giving. And then I am still breaking down here, what is the container name? It is like tech with this container. And then what is the name of the file that they have given? It is like a AZ400 PNG, means they have given me like a image file. So these are all comes under my URL, and my this is my query string. So after question mark, what is there? It all comes under query string. And here SP is nothing but special permissions or some. Okay, SP is nothing but permissions. Yes, I'm not sure exactly. I'll tell you what is this. SP is nothing but here read. So I have given only the read permissions here, and ST is nothing but start time. So what is the start time I'm giving? So from 7 for 2022 and 14, this is the time zone. Here I'm breaking down again. Okay, here I have breakdown further. Okay, I'll show you here. This is the read permission I have given. This is the start time, and this is the end time, and end time here, and this is the HTTPS protocol version, and this is this SVSR. These are the things that are coming from the Azure side. This is the token that is getting generated whenever when you generate the SAS URL. So this is the Azure token that you should be you will be using ideally. So this is the way you can study your URL, and you can explain in the interviews also how your SAS URL will be there and what are the fields that will be present under the SAS URL. So this is the important topic. So this is under private mode. Now what I will do is I will try to create under public mode. I will go here. I will go to my container again. So I'll try to create a container. So let me guess, like tech with this container blob, only blob level I am creating. So I'll choose my public access blob here, and then I'll click on create. So what happens is my container got created successfully. Tech with this container blob. Now what I'll do is I'll try to upload a file here. So I will select my file. Now let's say I'll upload some random. Okay, I'll upload this one file here. I have uploaded now. So I'll open this file now. I'll give this URL to you. Just check. Now I did not generate. Okay, close this window. Okay. Now what I have done is I did not given any I did not generate any SAS URL. Just I'm giving the plain URL to you, which is like storage account. What is the blob type, container name, and the data. Okay, let me also browse in a new incognito window. Yeah, I think I am able to see. Just confirm whether you can browse from your end.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Dilip. So this way, what you should understand is while you are selecting the blob permission as blob level only, then you will be getting a read-only access to this file. So if I wanted to change the access level also, you can do like from private you can switch, you can container level you can switch. So the blob, I mean, what is the permission level that you are choosing also is a very important thing. And going further, okay, let us go to my one container and we can explore what all the things are there inside the container. Okay, I have uploaded my file. If I delete my file also now, let's say I have deleted this. Here we have an option like while deleting, you have like also delete blob snapshots. So by default, what Azure will be doing is when you delete a blob, initially the retention policy we have selected like how many days you should retain. So if you did not check this and if you click on delete, what happens is it was deleted here, but you can change it like if you enable the show deleted blobs, you can see like AZ400 the blob which got deleted, you can already see. You can directly click on it and you can recover that blob. I mean, if you click on these three dots and you can click on undelete. So what happens is that blobs will be coming back. Even though you have deleted, it will be it will be staying inside the container for 7 days, and after 7 days it will be deleted permanently. So this 7 day setting you have already set it while creating the container. I mean storage account level you have set it this one. So this way you can select delete that, and you have the snapshots. So what is the snapshots is whenever you are making any change, if you are making any revision, so these all comes under snapshots. So where you can create, and one more thing is, let's say you have a blob now, you wanted to make any change, but while making the change you are not sure whether the change will be correct or not. So you should reverse back to the previous version if the change is applied wrongly. So then what you can do is you can come here, simply click create snapshot. What happens is it will take a snapshot of that, I mean snapshot of the data, and will store as a side. Now what happens is after coming here you can make some modifications to this blob, and if suppose your modification is not appropriate, if it is wrong, then what you can do is you can simply go to the view snapshots and see what are all the snapshots you have, and you can directly recover the snapshot from there. I will click on here three dots and you can click on promote here. Promote is nothing but it will automatically reverse the blob to that state. I mean it will recover the blob to the previous state. So that is the advantage of the snapshots. If any query you can ask here for this. And coming to this shared access token, what we have already discussed is, so we have I mean how to generate the URL at the container level, you can automatically take care. And what are the IP address that we have already discussed here. Yeah, coming to the access policy. So I will show you what is an access policy. So coming to the access policy in code, I mean now you are directly access from the portal, so you can directly access it. But through the code you don't know which container it should hit and which data it should hit. So even though if you are having all the things, but you should have an access to that. So coming to the access, what you can do is simply you can create one policy here. Let's say I'm creating one policy like grant policy. So under the grant, what I'm doing, I'm giving like read permission, add, create, write, delete, list, all the permissions I'm giving to this policy, and I'll set like today's date here. This one, I will set this. Suppose my project is expiring for 5 years. So what I will do, I will do like until 2027. I keep this expiry time, and I will create like my policy here. So what happens is when my code, .NET code or Python code, any code is trying to access this container, it will check through what authentication it is accessing. So it might be trying to accessing with this policy. So if we are giving like policy as a parameter and giving that exact identifier name, then it will not check for any authentications. Through this policy authentication only, it will automatically read or write data into the containers. So just simply you can understand like policy is like a gateway. It will check the authentication whether the code is having the exact authentication to the container or not. That checking will happen in the policy section, access policy section. So that is with the container. And coming to the access IAM control. So access IAM control is the place where you can access all the accesses. Let's say you wanted to give this access to any other person. Let's say you can just come here and click on add role assignment. In the add role assignment, you can see what is the access you wanted to give. Let's say I wanted to give contributor or reader or owner, any permission. Let's say I wanted to give contributor permission, and you need to select the members and to whom you should give that. Let's say for test account I wanted to give my access, so I will give the test here. Let's say I wanted to give to any other person. Let's say I wanted to give here Vinay, so I will search directly here Vinay name. Or if I wanted to give to Dilip, I will directly search my Dilip here name, and I will select the person here and click on Vinay, and I can click on review assign. What happens is that user will be having that access. Okay, simple.
Banu, it is only for container, right?
Yeah,
It's only for
only
container.
for container level, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if I
So
wanted
who
to,
will like,
hmm,
yeah, like who will be the team members like who can request for a container? Most probably for the portal, everyone will have an access initially when he joins the organization, right? So
correct, correct.
again, again we need to raise a that is the other thing. Like we need to raise a service now ticket to get all the
Access.
access to the resource groups in the project. So again, like, do we need to give an access in the for the containers especially?
No, not required. So
Okay,
when this scenario will come is, suppose if any third party member, like if
okay,
your data is consumed by other project members, so
okay,
then you should not give access to the whole block. I mean whole subscription level or resource group level. You will be
okay,
giving only the specific container level. Then what happens is he can see only the specific container data, and he can pick the data what is required exactly. So
okay.
in
For
that
that
scenario,
particular member only, we can give the access for the container,
correct,
right?
correct,
For the particular person who is going to access the container, then only we can add the role and giving the restricted access, like read only access.
correct.
Okay, got it, clear.
Yeah. So, and I click on review and assign. If I click on review and assign, my test member, I mean, whoever the member is there, those person access will be added here. So this way we can add the access, and blobs we have covered here, access policies. Yeah, I think for today we have the complete thing. And one more thing is deletion. So one important thing is, even though you have created, I mean, once you will be creating, ideally you will be creating the subscription today, and you start practicing. But once your practicing is done, please delete the resources. Otherwise, what happens is the resources that you have were there, you will be charged for the resources. So please delete the resources as soon as it's done. You can directly go to the portal. I'll show you one thing. So I'll show you the 3 ways how to delete the resource. So I'll go to the home here. I'll go my resource groups. Search for
It is
resource.
when we are trying to create in a free trial, we need to delete.
Delete.
Otherwise, it will be chargeable.
Correct. Yeah. So I'll go in my text with RG here, where I have my storage account. So you have option like delete resource group. So here come to here delete resource group. Type the name of the resource group. Here text with this RG. I'll copy paste here. So if you given wrongly, the delete option will not come. So give the exact name here and click on delete. So what happens is, once you delete any resource group, the resources under it, whatever the resources that are under resource group, all the resources will be deleted automatically. So let's say you have 10 web apps and 10 function apps and 10 storage accounts. If you simply delete the resource group, all the resources under it also will be deleted. So it will automatically prompt like, if you wanted to delete those things also will come. Now I will delete through PowerShell here. So here I have to connect. So here also we have a simple command like how to delete. Here in, I think here we have remove agent resource. Okay. The command will be, okay, in the bash. The first we will execute the PowerShell one. I'll go to my PowerShell window here. I'll switch my PowerShell. Remove hyphen agent resource group. This is the command. I can directly copy this command. I'll right click and paste this, and I will give the exact name of the resource that I created. Take it as RG1. So once I click enter, what happens is it will ask like, do you want it to remove the resource group? Just you need to give the confirmation like giving S as Y. So it will take that and it will delete the resource group. And coming to the bash, you can option have like AZ group delete. So if you click on AZ group delete and you specify in the resource group name AZ group AZ group delete. Yeah, AZ group delete. Name of the resource group is, yeah, Suresh, I will show that. Take with this RC2. So it will prompt for yes or no. Then you can give us like yes, you can delete this like resource. So it is running like it is. Once it is done, it will show like true. If it is not having any issues, it will throw the error and show like false. So here now the bash script is running like deleting the resource group of tech with the RZ2. Here it is running. So meanwhile, what Suresh was suggesting is we can show the things that I mean what is the billing cycle that we are having. So I'll show you. I mean how to check what is the billing that is happening. Here under the subscriptions, if you go to the subscription plate, you go to the free trial. Here we have a cost analysis. Might be in free trial it will having or not, I'm not sure. Let me check that. If you click on this cost analysis, it will show like what is the cost that has happened for each and every resource and which resource has taken what is the amount of cost. So yeah, I think it is coming. Yeah, till now it is charged 1661 rupees charge. So and it is also show the forecast. Like if you use the same cost in this space, by the end of this November 20, you will be charged around 4858 rupees. So and it will show like what is the service name which has used much cost. Here app service used 1627 rupees. And in location, which location has used which cost, and what is the resource group that has used much amount of cost. So immediately you can see like okay, under this resource group I'm getting more cost, so I need to bring down the tire, or at least I should delete the data from here. So from this cost prediction chart also you can see which resource is taking what amount of cost. Yeah, that is useful information, actually. They can know what where exactly it is. Yeah, now here I have deleted my resource group here, and here also it is done. So simply you can go to the portal, go to the home, and see the resource groups. I think it will automatically get refreshed here. Take with us. This is the one that I have created for some other thing. My resource groups are deleted. Tech with us RGs. So I think we are done today. Before winding up, I have this assignment. So I think most probably might not have created. Please create a free trial account and do this assignment for today. So what are these assignments? Is create resource group through portal, through PowerShell and CLA. All the three ways I have explained how to do all the things. So you can try all the things and create one storage account, create one container, create a blobs, and check whether blobs are accessible by sharing with your friends. You can post in the WhatsApp groups also whatever the blobs you have created, anything. You can take a tech with this logo, something, any logo, and you can upload any blob and try to share with your friends whether it is accessible or not. And one funny thing what we had done is, suppose we have one birthday celebration. At that time, exactly at 12 o'clock, we need to send the, poster or celebrations. So at that time, what we have done is we have uploaded a blog here, and then we have set the time to exactly open at 12 o'clock only. So that way we can use Azure also. Is a normal way we have done. Okay, I think I am done today. If you are having any queries, you can ask me in email.
Yeah, how to restore the resource group?
Once it is deleted resource group, it is not a, we cannot restore that. It will ask like it will show like confirm. It will show like pop up like whether you wanted to delete permanently or not. After you are giving your confirmation only, it will show, it will allow that. Okay,
Okay.
Krishna is not
So
there.
once it is deleted, we can't restore the blob or anything, any
I mean, this is
resource group
I'm
or it.
saying for blob level we have right already.
Okay, yeah, for 7 days we
Yeah,
have, right?
yeah, correct. If
So
storage
for
account is deleted,
store,
everything is deleted. Suppose if
okay,
blob is
so we can't
7 days,
restore.
yeah, blob is having the attention policy of 7 days. But if you delete the storage account, nothing will be there. Everything will be gone. Because
Okay,
storage account is the main base. On the top of it only, all the data will be having.
yeah, got it.
Yeah. So let's do some hands-on, guys. Then only you will be familiar with this. These all the things that we are interacting. So if you are having any queries also, please post here in the chat or WhatsApp group, or you can directly reach us. So I think we are done.